So here is my collection of books that I will talk about in today's video. Some of these I've had for quite some time. Others are newer, but yeah, we'll go through it all. We will visit all of the books. Won't spend a ton of time because these are a lot of books, but we will visit all of these resources for you today. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Happy October. It is Wednesday, so that means another video. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and thank you for those who continue to tune in from week to week. So this video can be, as you saw in the intro, I have a lot of book resources. What I am not going to share are the ones that are, some that are more pattern related than sewing technique related. There's a couple that's a little bit of both, so I am going to share those today. And so this is for the couple people who said, yeah, sure, show us sewing resources. If you have not seen the previous two videos I've done, in August I did a video about how I plan my sewing projects. And so if you need to find some information on that or would like to learn a little bit how I plan my process, go watch that video. I'll leave it up here in the iCard, but I'll make sure it pops up at the end of this video. And then also in September, I did a video for beginners, some top 10 tips for sewing beginners that you may find useful. I thank you all for the feedback on both of those videos. I'm glad it was very helpful for you. Again, I'll leave a link in the iCard. I'll have a video pop up at the end of this, but check the description box. I will also have both of those videos linked down in the description box below. Now, some of, maybe not all of, but many of these books I have reference in they're listed in my Amazon store, which of course is an affiliate link. You don't have to use it, but it's for ease for those who shop on Amazon and you do want to grab them. I will leave a link to my Amazon store also in the description box so you can check those out. So like I said, this could be a very long video and I am going to go through these relatively fast or as quickly as I can, so the video isn't too long. I will say these resources that I am going to share with you today, I think can be for beginners up through intermediate, of course, and advanced and beyond. And the reason I'm hesitant about the beginner, I'm saying beginner friendly, is because for some of these, not all, if you are like me, who is this video for? If you are like me and you are more of a visual learner, and then you can read through blogs or books and then you can grasp, if you're that type of learner, then for sure this video is for you. And I am very much that type of learner. So a lot of these books, you guys, I've had for years, but when I tried to read how to do something, it made no sense. It didn't compute. That's not how I learn. I'm a person that learns by doing, by watching, by participating. That's why I absolutely love sew-alongs. I've taken sewing classes, different things like that. If you're that type of person, do not feel bad that if you decided to get a book and you started reading it, and you're like, it's just not clicking. That's okay. You're not that type of learner. You go from visual learning, hands-on, touching, feeling, interaction, that type thing first, through online classes, through in-person classes. And then once you have the book is like cherry on the cake, because now you've done it a few times, you've sat in the class, you've heard the terms, because usually when that's probably, maybe besides maybe some of the illustrations in the books aren't all the best sometimes, but certain terminology, sewing terminology, understitching, French thing, you know, certain terminology is just in the book. You're like, what does that mean? That, you know, you're just kind of lost. But after you've done it a couple times for yourself through sew-alongs, whatnot, then once you have the book, it's like, okay, now you feel like you can dive deeper and you can understand things a little bit more. Now, before I jump into the books, for those who are visual learners, I understand. I can appreciate that. I do have several sew-alongs here on my channel. I will be remiss if I did not mention I have clothing sew-alongs on my channel. I have handbag sew-along videos here on my channel. I will leave a playlist to both of those down in the description box. So if you want to see the types of things that I have done sew-alongs for, I've done sew-alongs for all kind of patterns. So cardigan patterns, I know I've done them for t-shirts, let's see, dresses. You'll see it. It's in the playlist. Go through, check them out. I walk you through a lot. I also have videos here on my channel, which I'll leave a playlist for that as well, for adjustments I've made. So I have narrow shoulders. I've done sloping shoulder adjustments before, taking out fullness in the back neck, that type thing. I've done adjustments for that before. I've done several different types of adjustments. I'll leave a link to that playlist down below. Now, say you are a person that, before we jump into the books, you are somebody who, yes, I am that person. Sew-alongs are great. But how about you want to kind of graduate and go through maybe courses, different things of that nature? Two things I do highly suggest. Everybody knows Mimi G, Brittany J. Jones. Mimi G has the Sew It Academy. I would say head on over to Mimi G Sew It Academy and look at that, because I've never signed up for it. I've never been part of Sew It Academy, but when I see the posts, or I've heard people talk about the class, how it's set up, it does matriculate through different projects and handhold through different projects, how to do different things of that nature. Second online class person I recommend is Anita by Design. She has her sewing classes as well for beginners that take you through kind of hand holding you through a variety of different projects and different things for and I know a lot of people know both of them, so that's why I went ahead and shared them. Now, getting into the books. So I can't tell you the very first book I got or anything like that, but several of these books I've had for quite some time. Most of them, I would say half I got off of Amazon. Maybe a third I found at the Goodwill, like, you know, in the book section, maybe a couple, and then the rest were gifted to me, were sent to me by people. So yeah, I would say most I purchased on my own. The others I may have found at the Goodwill, and then the majority of the rest are books that people have sent to me. So you've seen me talk about this a lot. This book, Fit for Real People. This is the Patty Palmer and Marta Alto book. And this edition, it says second edition. It was updated 2007. There could possibly be another update. I don't know. But from my understanding, not much changes in the book. I have a lot of, I don't know if you can tell, a lot of dog ears and a lot of tabs in here. When I do my lower my bust dart, this book is one book that has come in handy. So Fit for Real People, definitely recommend. The other Fit for Real People book you may have heard about is Pants for Real People. Same authors and very good. Also a lot of dog ears, a lot of tabs in here. This one I've used several times on making adjustments to altering the crotch depth. So this book is very specific to pants. So, and again, this is the second edition, but it goes through the Fit for Real People books go through a lot of tissue fitting, and how to adjust pants and zipper flies, all of that. And so I have referenced this quite a few times. Have I done it for regular pants? I haven't so much referenced this for jeans, but pants, jeans, it's all if it's, you know, regular pants or jeans, any type of pant, this is definitely a good book. The other book I have, and I feel like this is the one I found at the Goodwill, or let me make sure this wasn't gifted to me. If it was gifted to me, I tried to, oh, this one was gifted to me. This one was, I just saw, I wrote in here who sent it to me, but this is by Singer, Sewing Pants That Fit. Another good pant fit book. And so this one I have used because I also dog ear pages in it as well. The one thing that I liked about this book over, well, actually both the pants, Fit for Real People pants, and this one are really good. But what I can say about this that I absolutely love is all of the real color pictures. There are so many colored pictures. There's actual pictures, not just simply illustrations, but actual pictures. And so yeah, you can, you know, see things a lot better. Again, this is Singer, Sewing Pants That Fit. Now, another book you may have heard, this is by Lorna Knight. This was also gifted to me. It is The Dressmaker's Technique Bible. That is this book. And again, where I can, I will list them if I can find them on Amazon. But I know this one was sent to me. And this is also another really good book. This book, whew, this has how to finish different seams in here. You have techniques on waistbands and hems, different embellishment ideas, how to do pleated cap sleeves. So it has different techniques on how to do different things. It's a complete resource of techniques for designing and making clothes. And so for this particular book, it doesn't matter if you're following a pattern or adding your own embellishments and whatnot to your project. This is a really good book. I'm not sure how old this book is, but this one was sent to me I was still living in Wisconsin, so this was sent to me many years ago. It looks like the copyright is from 2008. I haven't had it since 2008, but yeah, it's another really good book. And then what I do like about this, there is a section called Fabric Guide. So if you are, it talks about laundering, pre-washing your fabrics in here. It also goes through, there's a few pages in here about choosing fabric, the different types of fabric. And so yeah, this is a nice little book. Definitely nice little book. Really good. And a lot of those terms is in here too, like arm side, you know, different stuff like that, that for me, maybe not for any of you, but certain things, you know, words and terminology would trip me up. And so when you see that in this particular book, it has definitions of a lot of those terminologies that you would see in your sewing patterns. This one was also gifted to me by Bethany. This is called Pattern Making for Fashion Design. I have not done anything with this book. This is a huge book. However, one thing for sure is this book, not only does it teach you how to draft, but you can't, now that I've been sewing for some time, I understand what I'm looking at in here. And like here's a dartless sleeve foundation technique, and it walks you through how to create that. what I found later on, as you know, as I continue to sew, is this is a good book for hacking. Good book for hacking. So you want to hack a pattern, and now that you kind of understand, you know, different terminologies and patterns and different things of that nature, not only is this book is good obviously for designing, but I believe really good for hacking a pattern. This one I purchased. This is called I've had this since 2018 actually. This here is called Pattern Cutting Made Easy. This book is called Pattern Cutting Made Easy. Again, much like the book I just showed, but it's based off your different blocks. So you have your skirt block, your bodice, and everything. And so this here book teaches you how to refine your block into different garments. So if you want to add a yoke, a flounce, a pleat, pockets, crossovers, necklines, collars, sleeves, that's what this book is showing you how to do using your block. Now, if you have a pattern already that, say, a lot of us use the term TNT, tried and true pattern. So say you have a TNT that the block from that pattern company, whether it's commercial or indie, fits you well. That then can be your standard block. And then if you have something like this, then you have different ways that you can learn through this book on how to manipulate that block into different designs that you'd like to use. Now, I'll do both of these next three together. I purchased these because one of the things that I have talked about on my channel and continue to want to learn is different tailoring techniques. Not so much, and when I say tailoring, not so much, you know, making a men's suit from scratch, although that could be kind of fun. That will probably be like a several months project. That could be fun, but that's not necessarily what I was thinking, but that could be fun. Or a woman's suit. Although I probably wouldn't do a woman's suit, but I would like to perfect doing a fitted jacket, something a little bit more tailored. So these books are great for that. You have the couture sewing book. This is for the couture cardigan jacket. That is one good source. And then you have the ultimate guide to sewing tailored jackets and coats. And so because I do want to learn those different things, that's why I picked up these books. And I actually learned about these books from following people on Instagram. It was one year people were sharing their favorite sewing books and resources, and people talked about these books, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get those. And so I have them. Have not dived into the tailoring just yet, and I bought this one too. This one is called what is this one? This is by Linda Maynard, and this is called Dressmaker's Handbook of Couture Sewing Techniques. And so this was another book that I had purchased, also the same thing. And so definitely a lot of couture type techniques and different things. So that's why I purchased these, because I do want to get into that. And so making a suit, actually, if I did a suit, I would do a like proper suit for my husband. I don't wear suits. Those days are long gone for me, wearing dress slacks and a matching jacket and all of that. I have no desire to even wear anything like that. However, I do like a good nice jacket, so I can see me doing a fitted jacket, you know, a tailored jacket with all of the finishings, like the, you know, the horsehair, the special interfacing, and all of that goes into these books. Walk you through all of that. So yes, definitely if you want to get into that type of thing, these are the books. Again, as many as I can, I will list in my Amazon store. So I'm almost done. This is a book I've had forever. I don't remember where I got it from. I just had it. It's just one of these ABCs for new beginner, new sewist. It is, everybody knows about this. This is the Reader's Digest New Complete Guide to Sewing. And so you have step-by-step techniques. You have a lot of information in here that somebody who is definitely new or an accomplished sewer, you have this book just as, again, another resource. You have to decide how many of these different resources you want to do or want to have. Looks like I have a couple pages tabbed in here, but it does walk you through finishing seams, tailoring, handling layers separately. That's probably for your more delicate fabrics, different waistbands. And again, a lot of these books overlap in what they have to offer and what they're showing you and teaching you? Absolutely. But I wanted the resources because one thing is for sure, there, you know, every now and again you run into people that want to learn something or want to learn sewing, but they need a little bit more information, not quite sure where to start or where to look. You know, you can have them check out with the library card. For me, it will be SewNaturalDane. And you can go ahead and check out this book and check this book out. If it's something you want, you can definitely, you know, purchase it for yourself. But, you know, stuff like that just to kind of help people along in their journey. Now, these books are by Johanna. You probably follow her here on YouTube. I love her videos, and she has very good videos that teach you about sewing with knits and with jeans. So I purchased both of these books, and again, I'll leave them in the Amazon store below. But her techniques, she has a lot of step-by-step in here, adaptations, alterations you can do, the best denim stitches in seams. This book is so good. It is like a deep, and what I love too, her pictures is actual pictures instead of just illustrations. I prefer, for me personally, pictures, you know, a lot of picture guide like this as opposed to just drawn illustrations, because it's, I don't know, it just resonates differently when you can see actual photos and you see the right and wrong side of the fabric, you know, different things like that. Definitely a good book. This one fit for knits because Johanna has several knit patterns, and I know she have athletic patterns, a couple athletic patterns, and so she takes you through. Now this particular book, she has a mix of photo and illustrations in here. But the one thing that I have noticed, like with the illustrations in some of the other books, is that these particular illustrations are really good, because she's sure to use contrasting when she's talking about the right or wrong side. It's contrasting colors. Sometimes illustrations, they just have an arrow pointing to this is the wrong side, but it's the same color as the right side, if you know what I mean. That can be so confusing, but anyway, she does be sure to use different coloring and everything when she's showing right, wrong side, different things of that nature. So definitely two more good resources. The last couple books I want to talk about, or no, this one is actually another good one. This one was, I don't remember how I acquired this one, but Sandra Bedzina. You all know I do love her patterns. She has really good patterns with Vogue that I absolutely love, that I've made several of before. But she has a book called Fabric Savvy, the essential guide for every sewer. This is a good book. So in this book, she is walking through a lot of stuff. It's all about how to sew with different types of fabrics. So for example, I just opened it up to faux fur. So say you have faux fur. She's going to tell you how to pre-shrink it, what needle to use, how to press it, how to finish the seams, the best closures to use on that particular type of fabric. All of that. Again, China silk, same thing. She's going to tell you about how to pre-shrink. Some of her pre-shrinking techniques include hand washing garments, or hand washing. Sorry about that, the camera cut off. And so she's going to walk you through canvas. How do you pre-shrink it? Do you wash it? Wool, crepe, vinyl, all of that. Velvet, taffeta, slinky knit, shantung, silk dupioni. I mean, all of the fabrics, a lot that you can think of is in this book, and she tells you how to handle each of those, the best closure techniques to use, size buttons to use, the presser foot to use, interfacing to use. This is a really, really good book, and the types of hems that are best for those particular fabrics. So yeah, this is a really, 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 really good book. You definitely want to pick this one up. Again, as much as I can, I will link as much in my Amazon store. Now, switching to books that are very resourceful but may also have patterns in them that I like are this is by Chinelo Bailey, Freehand Fashion. She was on, was it the Sewing Bee? And so I believe she was the winner for one of the seasons. But anyway, she has this book. It has several patterns. You see, I have tabbed quite a bit because my goal was to go through this book and sew up these items. I did not. I tried one and it didn't work out for me, and it's because I didn't understand what I was reading. Now that I've had this book for a few years now, I don't think I marked when I purchased this book. Oh, 2019. So I've had it for several years now. I definitely want to revisit this because she just takes you through how to measure based off your measurements to create different looks, and in the book based off your blocks. So definitely a good one. One of my more recent ones, oh, actually before I show you that one, is, you all know I have this one. This is Mimi G, Make It Yours. This one I just did a dress. I did this dress. I hacked it, modified it, lots of changes to it. Really good. Another good resource if you want to not only get into the hacking, so this is maybe more advanced, you've been sewing a while, you want to learn hacking besides the fashion design book that I showed you earlier. If you want specific ways to hack something, this is a good book for specific ways. Maybe you're not quite for the design element of it yet, but you just want to try something. This is good because this comes with 7 full-size patterns, and then she has over 100 different looks that you can create off of that, and then all of the modifications as well. So definitely a good book. And then my most recent book is, because you all know I am getting into upcycling. I have a couple projects. I actually just shared this particular men's blazer and women's denim jacket that I upcycle into this vest. Love. And so I picked this book up. This is it Ysabel Halado? I'm maybe pronouncing her name wrong, but this book, fashion upcycling book, she has several projects in this book, which is really good. She's very innovative and creative in her upcycling. And you all know I've talked about the upcycle, the different people that I follow and whatnot. But if you are a person, again, you like watching, you like seeing the videos, but then you wouldn't mind a resource about upcycling, a book to have in your arsenal, this is a good book to have for sure. For sure, a good book to have. So highly recommend. I will be doing more projects. I'm definitely inspired by several other projects. You know, this is my most recent purchase, so I'm still working my bones around the upcycling and how I like to deconstruct and different things like that. But this book is definitely a good one to also have in your stash. So that is it, everybody. Those are the books, those are the resources. Let me know if this was helpful for you. Again, I will leave links to everything that I mentioned down in the description box, so make sure you head down in the description box, and don't forget to tune in. Go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Tune in for Sunday. It is the first Sunday of October, and that will be the Sewing Buzz. And I have some exciting life update news to share with you, so you definitely don't want to miss that. And by next week, Wednesday, a week from today, you will have the selection for the pattern pick for the month of October. If you have not voted, head on over to my community tab for the pattern in focus. It is McCall's Patterns. I have have 3 up there. Go ahead on over to the community tab and tap the picture to vote. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. You all have a blessed start to your, or rest of your week, I should say, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye.